Everyone wants a peaceful mind, but most people are looking in the wrong places. They think peace comes from having perfect circumstances, perfect relationships, perfect outcomes, and they exhaust themselves trying to control everything to create peace. But that's not how peace works. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 secrets to a peaceful mind that nobody talks about, and they have nothing to do with controlling your life. They have everything to do with changing your relationship with it. I used to think peace was a destination, something I'd reach once I fixed all my problems, healed all my wounds, achieved all my goals. So I kept working toward it, trying to create the perfect conditions for peace. But peace never came, because there was always another problem, another wound, another goal. And I realized I'm waiting for peace. But peace isn't something that arrives, it's something I choose, in this moment, regardless of circumstances. Once I understood that, everything changed. I stopped waiting for my life to be perfect. I stopped trying to control every variable. I started practicing peace in the middle of imperfection, in the middle of chaos, in the middle of not knowing. And I found it. Not because my life got easier, but because I stopped making peace conditional on my life being easy. That's the secret. Peace is always available. You just have to know where to look. Here's what we're covering: the 5 secrets to a peaceful mind that most people never learn. These aren't techniques or tricks, they're fundamental shifts in how you relate to your experience. And when you embody them, peace becomes your baseline, not something you achieve, just something you are. Secret number 1: peace is found in acceptance, not resistance. This is the foundation. Most of your mental chaos comes from fighting reality, saying, "This shouldn't be happening, this isn't fair, I don't want this." And that resistance creates suffering, because reality is what it is. Fighting it doesn't change it, it just makes you miserable. You're adding the pain of resistance to the pain of the situation, and you suffer twice. Peace comes when you stop fighting what is, when you accept, "This is happening, I don't like it, but it's here, and I can either waste energy resisting it or channel that energy into responding to it." Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with it, it means you acknowledge it. You stop denying it or wishing it away. And from that acceptance, you can act clearly, you can make decisions, you can move forward. But from resistance, you're stuck, frozen in the fight against what already is. This is the practice. Every time you notice yourself saying, "This shouldn't be happening," stop, breathe, and say instead, "This is happening. I accept that this is what's here right now." Feel the difference. The first creates tension, the second creates space, and in that space, peace lives, not because you like what's happening, but because you're not at war with it. Secret number 2: peace comes from releasing the need to control everything. Your mind believes that if you can just control enough variables, you'll be safe, you'll be okay. So it tries to control everything: other people's behavior, future outcomes, how things unfold. And that need for control creates constant stress, because you can't control most of what happens. You can influence, you can respond, but you can't control. And trying to creates exhaustion and anxiety. Peace comes when you release control, when you do what you can do and then trust the rest. You make your best decision with the information you have, and then you let go of the outcome. You trust that whatever happens, you'll handle it. You're not attached to things going a specific way. You're open to however it unfolds, and that openness is peaceful, because you're not gripping, you're not forcing, you're flowing. This doesn't mean you don't have preferences or goals. It means you hold them lightly, you work toward them, but you don't need them to happen for you to be okay. You're okay either way. And from that okayness, you can move through life without the constant stress of trying to control everything. You do your part and you trust life to do its part. Secret number 3: peace requires letting go of the past and future. Your mind is either in the past, replaying, regretting, analyzing, or in the future, worrying, planning, imagining. And neither place is peaceful. The past is gone, you can't change it. The future hasn't happened, you can't control it. So when you're mentally living in past or future, you're living in stories, not reality. And stories create suffering. Peaceful reality exists only in the present moment. Peace comes when you bring yourself back to now, to this breath, this moment. What's happening right here. And usually, right here is fine. There's no threat, no crisis, just this moment. And when you're fully present with this moment, your mind quiets because there's nothing to figure out, nothing to fix, nothing to worry about, just what is. And what is, without the story, is usually peaceful. This is the practice of presence. You notice your loss in past or future, you gently return to now. Feel your body, notice your breath, look around. You're anchoring in what's real instead of what your mind is creating. And the more you practice this, the more you live in the present, which is the only place peace actually exists. Secret number 4. Peace comes from non-judgment. Your mind is constantly judging. This is good, that's bad. This should happen, that shouldn't happen. I'm right, they're wrong. And all that judgment creates agitation, because judgment requires you to have a fixed idea of how things should be, and reality rarely matches that idea. So you're constantly disappointed, frustrated, upset that things aren't going according to your preferences. Peace comes when you stop judging, when you see things as they are without labeling them good or bad. Things just are, events just happen, people just behave in certain ways, and you observe without needing to categorize it all as right or wrong. You release the need to have an opinion about everything, to have a position on everything. You let things be what they are. And that non-judgment creates space, openness, peace. This doesn't mean you don't have values or boundaries. It means you don't need reality to conform to your judgments to be at peace. You can disagree with something without needing to make it wrong. You can prefer something different without needing to judge what is. You hold your preferences lightly, and you stay peaceful regardless of whether reality matches them or not. Secret number 5. Peace is a practice, not a permanent state. This is the secret that saves you from frustration. Peace isn't something you achieve once and then have forever. It's something you practice. Every day, every moment, you'll find peace, then you'll lose it, then you'll find it again. That's normal, that's the practice. And the practice is returning to peace, over and over, each time you notice you've lost it. Peace comes not from never losing your peace, but from getting better at returning to it. You notice you're stressed, you breathe, you come back to peace. You notice you're anxious, you ground yourself, you come back to peace. You notice you're agitated, you accept what is, you come back to peace. It's a constant return, not a permanent arrival. And when you understand that, you stop expecting yourself to be peaceful all the time. You just practice returning when you're not. This is why meditation helps. Not because it makes you peaceful during the meditation, but because it teaches you how to return to peace. You notice your mind has wandered, you return to the breath. You notice your mind has wandered again, you return again. That's the skill, noticing and returning. And you can do that all day, in every moment, in every situation. You notice you've lost your peace, and you practice returning to it. Here's what I want you to understand. A peaceful mind isn't a mind with no thoughts. It's a mind that doesn't believe every thought. A peaceful mind isn't a life with no problems. It's a life where you're not at war with your problems. A peaceful mind isn't a permanent state. It's a practice of returning, of accepting, of releasing, of being present. And when you practice these 5 secrets, peace becomes your baseline. Not because your life is perfect, but because you've learned how to be at peace regardless. We covered the 5 secrets. Peace is found in acceptance, not resistance. Peace comes from releasing control. Peace requires letting go of past and future. Peace comes from non-judgment. Peace is a practice, not a permanent state. These aren't things you do once. They're ongoing practices, ways of relating to your experience. And the more you practice them, the more peaceful you become. This is how you create a peaceful mind, not by controlling your life, but by changing how you relate to it, by accepting what is, by releasing control, by staying present, by not judging, by practicing return. These secrets are simple, but they're not easy. They require you to go against your conditioning, against your instincts. But when you do, you find what you've been looking for, not out there, but in here, in this moment, in this breath, in this acceptance. So here's your practice. For the next 24 hours, practice one secret, just one. Maybe it's acceptance. Every time you resist something, practice accepting it. Or maybe it's presence. Every time you drift to past or future, return to now. Or maybe it's non-judgment. Every time you judge, let it go. Pick one, practice it, and notice how different you feel when you do. Let me know in the comments which secret resonates most with you. Which one do you need to practice? Peace isn't out there waiting for you. It's here, right now, in this moment. You just have to stop looking for it and start being it. Welcome to peace. This is where you've always belonged.